Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I'm Aja A, and I am back again with another video for us about the moon. This is the video for the Taurus full moon. This is happening on Halloween, scary hours, okay? Let's jump right into it. So what is the full moon? What is happening? This is actually a time when the moon is opposite the sun, and the portion of the moon that we can see is illuminated by the sun. And so when we're talking about energy, we're looking at clarity, illumination, and release and cleansing, okay? And this time around, the full moon is in the sign of Taurus, the bull. I'm a Cancer, so I'm like, yes, a compatible energy somewhere. I mean, we're in Scorpio season, but like Scorpio is intense, and look, you know, I'm not gonna speak too soon, but I might be here for Taurus full moon energy. I might be here for it. As I mentioned earlier, the full moon is happening on Halloween. So, wow, that's crazy, you guys. Be careful out there. If you go out on Halloween, keep in mind we're still in the middle of a pandemic. It's probably gonna be cold, and it's also going to be a full moon. So just keep that in mind as you make your Halloween plans. I am probably going to just pass out candy because be careful. Set up your protection. Do all the things. Just be careful this weekend, y'all. Happening on Halloween at 10:51 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in knowing when the lunations happen around you, you can do your calculations with that information right there. Okay. Let's talk about Taurus. Now let's talk about sex, baby, which is funny because Taurus is a pleasurable sign, and we are also in the season of sex, which is Scorpio. So that's funny that came out. I don't have notes here on that, but some of y'all might be tossing it, or there may be some things going on with the sex lives, some releases, some clarity, some insight into things regarding that. That's not a note on my paper here, so I'm going to get back into what I've got written down, what I was actually going to talk to you guys about. Taurus is the bull, as I mentioned earlier. Taurus is associated with comfort, and I said earlier, pleasure. Taurus is also an earth sign, so there's this energy of tangible things and pleasurable tangible things. That is very much so associated with Taurus, and actually being able to fulfill these pleasures for ourselves and for the people around us and the people that we're involved with and the situations that we're involved in. So there are a couple of things that are going to be happening, or a couple of energies that are going to be coming up that are going to be pretty prominent for us over the next couple of weeks, probably a little bit more so during the shadow period of the moon, which is a few days either side of it, before or after. The first note that I have here points to passion. And although there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, although a lot of people's plans have been, kind of thwarted this year, what remains are our dreams and our goals and our desires and the things that we truly want in life. Just because we have a pandemic doesn't mean that you changed your mind about what it is that you want to do. For most of us, we're still sitting here like, okay, when this pandemic is over, I'm gonna A, B, C, X, Y, Z, right? So what's coming up with this energy of clarity and illumination with the full moon is we're kind of being pulled into a space to where we're being reminded of the things that we're passionate about. We're being reminded of our dreams. We're being reminded of our goals. We're being reminded of the people and the places that make us feel good, that make our hearts beat. And we're also gaining some clarity on, okay, well, and keep in mind, Taurus is Earth. We're getting some clarity on, okay, what physical moves, what work can we do in the physical that will actually put me into a space to where I am actually, the things that I am desiring, the things that I am dreaming of, the things that I want are actually tangible for me, to where I can actually go out and grab it. So that is Taurus coming through with the full moon energy. Basically, what's going to be popping up are, more than likely instances that are kind of going to either remind you or give you a little bit of a jolt back into what it was that you were really excited about at one point in time. I also pick up on that energy as well as that, especially over the course of the craziness that is 2020, a lot of us have, kind of lost sight where our energy is more focused on what we're stressed out about right now. We're stressed out about elections. We're stressed out about the retrogrades. We're stressed out about our money. We're stressed out about our jobs. We haven't really put a lot of our energy into thinking about, well, what is it that's good that we want to see play out? And thinking about it without some sort of lack mentality attached to it, because there are instances, I know you guys are like, oh no, I still have my dreams, I still know what it is that I want to do, but in the back of your mind you're still like, oh my gosh, but COVID, you know what I mean? So just keep in mind that these Venus things, these Venusian energies, this energy of pleasure, this energy of passion, what it is that makes, like I said, makes your heart beat, these things are going to be coming up for you, for us, for everybody, for the collective during the next couple of weeks, really over the course of the next month. But as I mentioned earlier, it'll be a lot stronger during the full moon and the shadow period. And then also just take a look at your chart and you can see where the transits are passing over your chart, and you can get an idea there as far as, how or when you might be affected by this full moon. The next note that I have here has a lot to do with comfort. And I mentioned earlier, Taurus is a sign of comfort. It is not a secret that Tauruses are lazy when they're working on their shadow side. But it's really not that they're lazy. It's just Taurus is a feel-good sign. So Taurus, when they get to a space or into a position that feels good, that is what their earth. That's where they want to stay. Their earth signs are stubborn. That's, listen, no, I like this. This works. Cool, I'm gonna stay right here. This is what's gonna happen for me. But it's not necessarily laziness. It's just Taurus is comfortable with what they found themselves in, and they don't see any point in moving away from it, because where they are now, it makes them feel good, right? So you've got this energy of comfort coming up with the full moon, and there are a couple of notes, a couple of points here that I want to make with it. The first is that because we've got the clarification and the illumination, there is this, there's this nudge that shows us, okay, this is where you're uncomfortable in life. This is what you don't like. This is what doesn't work for you. This is what your energy is not in alignment with. And when we talk about the full moon, we're also talking about times to release. So this is a good time, especially if you do full moon intentions, to write about releasing the things and the situations that you're in that make you feel uncomfortable, that make you feel like your energy is off, that make you feel like, I don't belong here, I shouldn't be doing this, this is not for me. Whatever things that are coming up, whatever realizations or epiphanies that you're having regarding those thoughts, this is the time to sit here and start working on, okay, well, I don't like that. I don't like how that makes me feel. I don't like doing this. So I need to focus on how I can start to move myself away from it, how I can start to remove these energies from my life, release, cleanse these energies from my life, okay? And with the comfort aspect of this full moon as well, there is, because it's a full moon and it wouldn't be, would it be a full moon without some sort of an upset? There is an aspect of also getting a glimpse into how we are going to have to become uncomfortable in order to put ourselves in position to become aligned with those things that we're passionate about, with those dreams and with those goals. Because what's really going on is like everything cosmically in the physical, with the elections, with COVID, with everything that's just popping off, nobody's energy is where it needs to be. Like, we can just keep it completely 100. Nobody's is, And so what's happening during this Taurus full moon is, we're going to be seeing where we're uncomfortable, but we're also going to be seeing where we need to start to get uncomfortable, where we need to move out of that Taurus laziness on the shadow side, move away from, no, I like it here, this is good, this is cool, this is where I want to stay, and move into, okay, I don't know if this feels good, but let's see what's here, let's charge forward, let's see what this has to bring me, because apparently my heart has led me here, Taurus full moon Venusian energy, okay? So get uncomfortable, and then also see where there's discomfort. Let me word that a little bit. So you're going to be seeing where you need to become uncomfortable so that you can do the things that you need to do and be in the spaces that you want to be in. But you also need to be able to identify what is causing discomfort. And that's the same thing, but the way that I'm speaking to them in this particular moment. Uncomfortable is good. Discomfort is bad. Discomfort is, we don't want that. We're not in alignment with discomfort. Uncomfortable is, okay, I'm going to have to do some things that I maybe ain't never done to get into some places that I ain't never been, but those are the places that I want to be. So just, just keep that in mind. And Taurus is also slow moving, so whatever is popping up, it's an earth sign. Not to say the Tauruses are slow. Earth energy is slow moving. So as these things pop up, don't be surprised if the things that you realize don't really come in quickly. Just don't be surprised. Understand that they are playing out, and they will play out over the course of time in divine timing. Everything happens as it should, when it should, and how it should. So, don't stress out too much about the timing, but what you do need to focus on is, your comfort levels and your passion projects. Passion projects are going to be popping up again during this month. You're probably going to get some sort of another little jolt into, oh, I remember I was working on this. I was really excited about it. And then I kind of it's going to be coming back in for us. Okay. So with that being said, before I move into talking about a little bit about the aspects that are happening with this moon, I did want to mention on the shadow side, I talked about Taurus being lazy. I talked about Taurus being stubborn. And I did not mention this, but Taurus can also be very disorganized and messy if they are not operating within their within their light aspects, if they're not in alignment with their highest good. So what was I about to say? Keep it peeled. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled for these energies popping up around this full moon. And it being a full moon, the moon is a water planet, and we're dealing with earth energy. Although it is compatible energy, when we're starting to talk about emotions, that's where it gets a little muddy. So just be mindful of these energies coming in and that you're dealing with, and how people are interacting with you. And don't let them blame their behavior on the moon, but give them a little bit of leeway if you notice they wilding out. It is a full moon. And it is also a blue moon. And if you guys don't know what that means, a blue moon happens, people say once in a blue moon. They say that because there are many reasons as to why blue moons are called blue moons. But the most common reason is because we only typically get one full moon per month. So when we get another moon in a calendar month, it brings in this extra jolt of full moon energy, extra intense. It's like a super moon, so to speak, but it's just the second moon. All right. But so yeah, just be mindful of those energies with this blue moon energy coming in as well. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be intense. It's going to be hot. It's going to be cold because we're in the cold season, but it's going to be hot. It's going to be popping. And how it's going to be popping just depends on your chart. Okay. What else do I got here for you guys? Aspects. It says lots of shit happening. Because it is. There's so many energies swirling around in the cosmos right now. We've got, this moon is conjunct with Uranus, and it is almost on top of Uranus. And so Uranus is the planet of unexpected things, sudden change, wild times. So, we're having an election literally a couple days after. We also end retrogrades. I think one retrograde ends on election day, and then another one a couple of weeks later. So we're dealing with this energy of trying to bring things back into balance, trying to get them to turn direct. But we're also dealing with this energy of release and earth energy of release. So there's a little bit of a clash, which means there's going to be a lot of things popping off within your personal lives probably, and also in the general public, in the collective. I just mentioned all of those things, and then anything related to earth is probably going to be either shaken up or going to be moving for you, depending on how this full moon is touching you. You're going to be moving or shaken during the next couple of weeks or over the next month in regards to your finances, your careers, your familial relationships, your friendships, your foundational relationships, and your dwelling spaces. So just I would say keep it cute, but the energy here, I don't know if you guys, we're all about to be out here but it's okay, it'll come to pass. 2020, not so much. And we might get a little bit of a chill as we wrap up the year, but I mentioned this in a couple of my other videos. We're really not going to be able to take a breath until we hit the springtime or get close to springtime. So it is what it is. I offer tarot readings if you need one. Shameless plug. My Etsy shop is linked down below. Etsy shop is linked down below. Okay, you guys, let's talk a little bit about the numerology, and then let me get out of here and eat. Not out of here. I'm just gonna go right there to the kitchen, but I'm gonna get off of this video and I'm gonna go eat. Happening in 8 degrees. That is the number of karma. That is the number of infinity. It's the number of cycles. So things are cycling. Energy is really swirling. All of the aspects of this moon, like every single specific aspect, kind of gives it a supercharge. So there is this energy of 8, which puts us in this place to where, with this full moon being in Taurus, we're seeing all of the things that we need to see in order to bring ourselves into alignment with what we're truly passionate about, and also bring ourselves to the spaces that we need to either endure or pass through to get ourselves to our final destinations. Okay, happening on a 9-day, which is another highly vibrational spiritual energy. This moon, like I said, it just has a lot of supercharged energy happening with it. 9 is all about ascensions and endings and shifting into new chapters and, you know, growth from one form to the next. And that's across the board, across all things. So this full moon is also here amplifying, showing us what needs to be released and what needs to be cleared. And I have crystal clear here. So although it's an earth moon, because of everything else that's happening around it, we're gaining some clarity during this time. We're going to have some aha moments. We're going to have some, wow, it's really like that moments. We're going to have some, oh, that's crazy. I didn't realize that was the truth. I didn't realize that was the reality, but this is what it is. I get it now. I'm moving to the next thing. So, you know, it might be a little crazy, hectic couple of weeks, but at least you guys got some pointers on what type of energies you're going to be dealing with. I do my like cleansing and whatever you want to call them. I don't really call them rituals. I just be like, I'm about to do my stones. But I do my cleansing rituals on the full moon and the new moon. This time around, I am going to do something a little different because we are dealing with earth energy. So I'm going to get that started. For this Taurus full moon, I really wanted to tap into the earth energy. So I am smudging my stones and my decks like normal. And of course, as you know, with the smudging, you want to do it with intention. So asking for everything that I've absorbed or anything that I no longer warrant to be released and transmuted. After I do my smudging, I am going to go on and write out my Taurus full moon intentions. And full moon intentions should start with things that have to do with release, like I let go, I no longer, I stop, I cease, so on and so forth, A, B, C, X, Y, Z, right? So after writing my intentions, I'm going to switch it up a little bit this time. Before reading them out loud, I am actually going to grab some potting soil. If you have a backyard, you could actually do this yourself, like in your backyard. If you got the space to do it, you can do it. But I don't, so I have potting soil because I got plants. So I'm going to take some containers here. I'm going to lay a piece of paper towel over the bottom just to catch any dirt, just because I don't want to do a whole bunch of cleaning up, because I am going to use this soil to repot or pot plants in the future. After I lay the paper towel down, I'll go on and put my stones down, and I'll do the same with a piece of paper towel over my stones. If you're comfortable with it, you don't have to put the paper towel on the top or the bottom, but I like an easy cleanup, so that is why the paper towel is going over the stones and my jewelry pieces. After I get that paper towel down, I'm going to put another layer of soil. I'll bless my soil, put intentions into the soil, and I'm going to go on and read my full moon intentions out loud. This time, before I burn them, I'm actually going to stick them under the soil and cover them with a little bit of soil so that they kind of soak up the Taurus full moon magic. I'm going to let this sit close to my window and charge into the full moon overnight. When I get up in the morning, I will be reading these intentions out loud and then burning them, and then I'll put my stones and everything back away, and I will put the soil back in the pan and call it a day. So that is my full moon ritual for Taurus. As you can see, it's a little bit more it's a little more intricate than most of my full moon rituals, but we're getting ready to wrap up this year, and there's just a lot of energy that needs to be moved and done and dealt away with. And so I was like, I need to throw a little extra magic in there this time. So those are the things that I did for this Taurus full moon. Feel free to adopt those into your own personal routines. I spread the love, okay? Get your zen right, get your life right. I want y'all to watch the video so I can help you. So it is what it is. Very quickly before I go, the people that are going to be mostly affected by this lunation are people with heavy Taurus placements, 8-degree placements, or within that orb, Earth placements, lots of Earth placements, and anybody with a lot of fixed energy in their charts. You will be touched by this moon, and I don't know which way. That depends on your chart, but you can definitely expect to see some shifts and some releases in regards to where those placements are in your natal chart. You can find that on Google anywhere for free, okay? That's all I got for you. That's really all I got for you guys. Go watch all the videos that I have linked down below, the retrograde videos, because we have 2 of the crazy ones ending. It's November now, so November Pick a Card tarot forecasts are up. The November tarot forecast for the signs, the monthlies, are up as well. Anything else I want you guys to watch? I think that's it. Oh, and I did another reading on this pandemic, on COVID. So there's new wild energies, new wild messages out there for you guys. Everything that I like you to watch is linked down below in the description box. I hope that this information finds you well. Good luck making it through, because we got a wild couple of weeks in front of us, but we'll do it. We got this. We got this. You got it. We got it. Breathe. We're making it through. We're going through it, okay? We're going through the motions, but in the end, it'll all make sense and it'll all be worth it, all right? That's the pep talk for me to y'all and for me to me. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.